If you're out here taking rides without being fully compliant, go ahead and stop right now, pause this video for a few minutes and listen, because you're not running a business, you're risking everything. Let me tell you, just because you have insurance doesn't mean you're protected, and just because you're moving clients doesn't mean that you're operating legally. Those new to the NEMT industry don't always take compliance seriously in the beginning, but compliance is what legally creates the boundaries that protect your business vision. Welcome back to the From Scrubs to CEO series. I'm Coach Willena McGee, RN-BSN. I help healthcare entrepreneurs structure and launch transportation businesses the right way in just 90 days. Now, if you've been trying to piece together this business on your own, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, because today I'm going to save you time, trouble, and possibly your business license. Let me take you back for a moment when I started. I remember being on the phone with the state agency trying to figure out why my NEMT application just kept getting denied. And y'all, I was so confused, not because I wasn't putting in great effort, but because there was no one to teach me how to navigate that part. There were no blogs, no checklists, no coaching programs. And here I am as a nurse, a felon, a mother, a woman trying to rebuild her life. And now I had to figure out the legal process of a business that I didn't even fully understand. Now, I realized very quickly that compliance is not just a stack of forms, it's a system and a language. And if you're going to be in this industry, you need to learn both. Allow me to share what I wish someone would have told me back then. Compliance is not optional. It's not just something you do to look good on paper. It's the shield that covers your business when challenges come. So today, I'm going to share 3 things I would have liked to know before I dove into non-emergency medical transportation. There are 3 areas of compliance that every non-emergency medical transportation business owner needs to have in order. So go ahead and pause the video to get something to write on, because we're going to be here for a minute. And let's start with number 1. That is business compliance. Now, I see for the most part, all of you are doing well in this area. Under business compliance, this is going to talk about your legal formation. This is what type of LLC or a corporation you may have opened. You should have matching name EIN from the IRS. And I would assume that you have already applied for your business license or certification in your area. Now, don't forget to go and understand your NAICS code and classification. And for those of you all who are operating in certain areas, you're going to need an operating agreement before you even start. If you don't have these foundational things in place, you're going to be missing out on funding opportunities, contracts, and even potential protections in the case that something does go wrong. Now, let's examine number 2. This is transportation compliance. This is where I see most people mess up because the information can be challenging to find. Now, in most states, you must obtain state NEMT licensing or regulatory approval. Most of that information can be found at your state Department of Health, a livery, or a public service commission, but it's hard to find. If you're crossing state lines, you may need a DOT, and in some states such as Virginia, DMV registration is required. Now, I know for some of you, it is tempting to go uninsured with commercial insurance, but let me stop you right now. Go ahead and get stopped. Okay. Have your ADA compliant vehicle inspections ready to show at all times. And if you decide to work with a broker, ensure you keep credentialing packages, the full setup, not just a login, secure and accessible. You want to make sure that you keep those driver files up to date with background checks, drug screenings, driver certifications, medical examinations, and if applicable, your hiring onboarding SOPs. Skipping these steps will get you flagged, fined, or worse, shut down. Number 3 is my favorite part. health and safety compliance. Now, especially if you're transporting vulnerable individuals, which in most cases you are, this is going to include your children and individuals with disabilities, seniors, or Medicaid patients. Listen closely. I'll say it again in this section. To obtain and keep up to date general liability, commercial auto insurance, and SAM insurance if applicable. Stay with me now. We have a few left. For your documentation, ensure you have safety training protocols, policies, and stick to them, and make sure that you are documenting regularly, that you are reviewing those safety protocols. If you are handling personal health information or PHI, ensure everyone has HIPAA awareness training and has been checked off. Next, keep a separate file or emergency policies that have incident logs so you can quickly access them. And finally, keep your passenger documentation logs for no less than 7 years, but keep them safe and double locked as they may obtain PHI. Now, you're not just driving, you're operating a regulated service, and regulated services come with legal responsibilities. Now let me shift the lens for a moment. The Most High is a God of order, and when we build without order, we invite confusion. Many of you are stressed out because you're operating out of divine alignment. It is hard to get into alignment when you don't have the information. That is why I'm here to remind you that compliance isn't punishment, it's protection. And it's how you steward the business the Most High has given to you. When you get your business in order, you won't just be protected, you'll be positioned. You will be positioned for contracts, positioned for funding, positioned for credibility in the marketplace. In business, you don't rise to the level of your hustle, you rise to the level of your structure. So here's what I want you to hear today. If you've already started the wrong way, grace to you. But now that you know better, let's build better. Download the free NEMT startup checklist in the description. Schedule a clarity call if you're overwhelmed, or subscribe and meet me right back here for episode 4, Funding Before Fleet, because the money needs structure too. Shalom, and may your business be aligned with purpose, order, and protection. Let's build it right from the start, team. Be blessed.